Hey, Lee here. Hope you're doing great and wanted to do a little video walkthrough for you of a product that's launching tomorrow. That would be Wednesday at 11 a.m. Show you the pluses and minuses of it. Obviously, there are not a lot of minuses because otherwise I wouldn't tell you about it. But this is a cool thing. It's called Instant Mobile Lead Machine. It's by my buddy Mark Helton and a partner of his, and I think they've basically done an excellent job with this. The goal is to sell mobile websites to businesses. The method in a nutshell is you're going to send the business, and I'm going to show you an example of this that I just created, but you're going to send the business a mobile mock-up page. Now there have been, including one of my pieces of software, Mobile ATM, there have been other mobile mock-up solutions where you send the business an email and you've got the business's real page on a mobile simulator next to a cool looking mobile site on a mobile simulator. I have Mobile ATM for sale that does that. The Squeeze Mobi guys had something a few weeks ago that did that. But what the difference between what Mark has been able to do and honestly my stuff and Squeeze Mobi stuff and anything else that I know of on the market is this. And this is really, really, really cool. Notice in Mark's example that this is just some business that he found, Canyon Creek Roof Company. This software, okay, that you get access to, and I'll tell you about the front end product and the OTO in a second, but the software that you get access to actually creates a mobile mock-up for this business's particular website. And that is really, really cool. So when you send the business their preview page, you're not going to be comparing, you're not going to be asking the business owner to compare their website to some generic but cool looking website, and then they'll have to make the mental leap of, oh yeah, my website would look a lot better if it looked like this mobile site. This is going to actually have their own branding on here and stuff like that. And that's just one step further in personalization, and that's going to up your closing ratio. Rather, it's going to up the number of businesses that call you back and say, hey, I got that email. That was really cool. So that's what this does. They've got an email method for getting in touch with businesses along with a phone method for getting in touch with businesses, and they talk about a hybrid method, which would be email with phone follow-up. If you've been on any of my webinars recently, you know that I am all about the follow-up. So I would encourage you to do that. Also, they talk you through the actual sales presentation of how to go from a business owner calling you back and say, hey, I got that email, or you calling them back with phone follow-up and say, yeah, I took a look at that. That's actually pretty cool. Going from there to how do we actually present this, show it to them, get paid, etc. They cover the whole thing. I really like the way they've done this. Now, I actually, notice it says single mock-up and mass mock-ups. I actually, in the front-end product, okay, does not have the mass mock-ups. That's the OTO. It's not that expensive. It's software that will basically do what I'm fixing to tell you in mass. In other words, you load it up with a bunch of businesses, and the software spits out a bunch of these pages for you. And again, I'll show you an example of this page in a sec. But with the front-end product, you get access to this whole thing and the single mock-up. Now, all you need to do for the single mock-up is you need to get the business's URL, put it in here. You need to get an email address and put it in there. Now, what I would do is I would have this sent to my own email address or my business email address so that I could then forward it to the target business. I'll show you what that's going to look like in a second. So I just playing around with this thing. I chose this business. I got their URL. I put that URL in here. I put my own email address in there. I'd hit submit. Okay, now it does take, it's not really a minus, this is just a feature. It does take a couple of minutes for the software to create the mockup and to send you your preview URL, which you would then send to the business. But within a few minutes of putting in this information for this site, I got my preview URL emailed to my email, And I clicked on that and I saw the following, and I thought this was really sweet. Right here. This is really nice. See, notice you've got before Buckhead Dental. There's their regular website. And you've got after. Look at that. Well, that's just nice, you know? I mean, that's nice. I'm like thinking, dog, I wish I was the one who had figured this whole thing out, because this is just taking the whole thing to an extra step. I mean, this is really, really, really cool. This is what it looks like on an iPhone. You can switch over here and see what it looks like on an Android, Windows Phone, BlackBerry, so they cover all of that. So basically, on the front end product, let's get back in here to the members area. You would make your mock-ups one at a time. You have them emailed. I would email them to myself. I would not send them directly to the business. And then you would take the email and you would add some text to it. You know, say, hey, this is Lee. Notice that you don't have a mobile website. I blah, 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 blah. As a matter of fact, here's a preview of the kind of thing that I can build for you. Okay? So you would send them the preview here. Okay? And that is really, really cool to be able to do that. So, and then you would have your phone number or your contact information, and the businesses who are interested would contact you back. And again, you can follow that up with phone follow-up, is what I would do personally, and get businesses to contact you back for that. I don't really see any other issues at all. I mean, it does take a couple of minutes to get the, it took me maybe 5 minutes to get my mock-up back from filling this in. I have not used the mass mock-up yet, but I will be using that later on today and playing around with that. But this is, you get software with this, and basically you load the software up with a bunch of information about the business's website, et cetera, et cetera. They do tell you how to field those leads. Okay, they do give you a bunch of ways where you can actually get those leads. So you would load the software up with that, and then you just let the software handle the whole thing. The software will do all the emailing for you. The email will look like it came from your specific email. So if your email is bobjones@gmail.com, the email that the business gets is going to come from, quote unquote, bobjones@gmail.com. So that's cool the way they did that. I can't think of any real negatives about this. Again, you know, like I said on a couple of webinars recently, if you think this is going to help you, buy it. If you don't think this is going to dovetail nicely into your existing business, then don't buy it. I mean, it's that simple. I'm not trying to get you to buy it or not buy it. I'm just trying to give you the inside skinny and information on what this is, so that you can make an informed decision before you get, you know, reading the sales letter and all under the gun and all emotional. You know how that is. I do that too, by the way. And you know, you end up buying a bunch of stuff that you don't need. This gives you a good preview and a good walkthrough. Cool beans. I will be sending, again, this launches tomorrow, Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll be sending you a link. Got a cool bonus, which is going to stream. They've got an excellent method here, but I've got a way to streamline this that's going to help you out a lot, and I'll send you a bonus that will walk you through an even better tweak on what they have that will make this work even more. So, excellent. Thank you so much. And cool beans. I appreciate your opening the email, looking at the video. See you tomorrow.